Good morning and welcome back. See, I told you, spring finally did arrive. It's actually warmed up enough. The snow piles are gone. We are going to have a spring and a summer. I'm glad to welcome it, and I'm sure you are as well. The month of May, which we're entering into here, we're going to be ending up back where we started. We're going to be talking about one of our big three. We have respect, responsible, and safe. And the month of May, we're going to be looking at responsibility and some of the words associated with that. And one of the important words that I always think of when I think about being responsible is accountable. What does it mean to be accountable? Well, in my family, it was you're accountable if I say, your bedroom has to be cleaned up, you have to clean the bathroom, you have to fold the clothes, and you have to do the dishes. And if those are your weekly chores, you need to be accountable for that. So when I come home and that was what you were supposed to be doing on Saturday and you're my son and you haven't done it yet, that's meaning you're not being very accountable. So look for ways that you can build your accountability within your family. If you're in kindergarten, you might not have as many responsibilities as a fifth grader, but in any grade level or in any age, there are certain things that you need to be accountable for. So that's a big part of being a responsible young adult, which many of you are going to be growing into awfully quickly here. And in our continuing tradition, I would call it now, of promoting certain books, we have some book braggers down here. So we'll start with Charlotte from 3UN. What do you have for us, Charlotte?
Hi, I'm Charlotte from 3UN. I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite books, The Secret by Michaela Morgan. The Secret is about a queen that's hair is so long because of her secret. Since her hair is so long, she keeps stepping on it. She decides to put up posters all over town for a hairdresser who can keep a secret. The little hairdresser who was chosen to cut the queen's hair. Read it and to find out the secret. If you like fantasy books, then you would love The Secret.
And I love any book that has The Secret as the title. It sounds like fun. Thank you for that, Charlotte. Ethan is one of our fourth graders. We have 3 fourth graders sharing books today.
Hi, I'm Ethan from 4WI. I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite books, Baseball Genius 2 by Tim Green and Derek Jeter. Baseball Genius is about a kid named Jalen that has a superpower. He can predict the next pitch in an MLB baseball game. He has to help the Yankees' James Yeager to get out of a slump and save his career. Can Jalen do it? Read Baseball Genius 2 to find out.
Well, and you said the Yankees in there, and if I'm not mistaken, the Yankees just beat the Twins 4 straight times, so bummer. But I saw the name Derek Jeter. Is that familiar?
Yeah.
Who is he?
He's the Yankees shortstop.
Baseball player, that's right. Thanks for sharing that with us, Ethan. How about Victoria? What do you have for us?
Hi, I'm Victoria from 4WI. I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite books, Turn Left at the Cow by Lisa Bullard. Turn Left at the Cow is about a kid named Travis whose dad died before he was born. People believe he stole a boatload of cash. Well, that's what they think. Travis wants to learn more about his dad, so he sneaks out to Minnesota to his grandma. Will Travis find out the truth about his dad? Read to find out. If you like mystery books, then you would love Turn Left at the Cow.
A boatload of cash. That sounds like fun. And it's set in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that with us. And we've got, is it Victoria or Skylar? Who's left? Skylar's coming on over.
Hi, I'm Skylar Hofer from 4WI. I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite books, Out of My Mind by Sharon M. Draper. Out of My Mind is about a girl named Melody who has cerebral palsy. She can't walk, she can't talk, she can't even write. But she has a photographic memory. She is very smart, but nobody knows or believes it until she finds a way to prove it. If you like realistic fiction books, then you would love Out of My Mind.
That is awesome. It's one of the things that shows even though this child has a disability, there are amazing things that can happen. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. Well, if you don't have any book titles, you now have 4 more you need to check out. Well, beside the book braggers, we also have some writers in the school that we need to give a little shout out to. In Miss Nebel's class, I have 4 poets down here who wrote some poetry, and they were given the opportunity to submit it to the Young American Poetry Digest. And this is a nationwide contest that publishes the work of young poets. And these 4 had poems that were selected, and they will be published in a book the 24th year that they've done this. It's a poetry digest that's going to come out next fall. My guess is they're going to want to get a copy of that. But let me introduce these 4 people and congratulate you. Tell us your name and what class you're in.
My name is Ben, and I'm in Miss Nebel's class.
Congratulations, Ben.
My name is Caroline, and I'm also in Miss Nebel's class.
Congratulations.
My name is Isabella, and I am also in Miss Nebel's class.
My name is Reese, and I'm in Miss Hagberg's class.
In Miss Hagberg's class as well. Well, congratulations to all of you guys. Keep up the writing. Keep up the poetry. The world needs more poets, and you guys have a great head start on everybody else. Thank you very much. Our kids of character. Let's do it. This week we have 3 students to highlight, and Emery is one of them. Come on over here, one of our kindergartner. This kid is wild about math. She increased her comm score from trimester 1 to trimester 2 by 18 points. Oh, my. One of the biggest growers in our class. She's always willing to help a friend play a math game to practice. She still has a few more things to learn, and I know she's working hard on those for the end of the school year. Congratulations. Keep up that great work. Here, this is for you, Emery. And Landon is one of our 3rd graders. How'd you get to be in 3rd grade already? That was pretty quick. One of Landon's goals this year has been to make new friends. We have observed him asking others to play, including others in any activity. He also asks questions and really listens to their answers. He's someone his classmates can count on to play fairly and to use positive strategies to work things out with others. We've been talking about friendship skills like that. For those reasons and more, we are proud to say that Landon is a true friend. Congratulations. Way to go. And that is for you. And our 3rd child to recognize today, Preston, is one of our 5th graders. Come on over, Preston. This kid's a great leader in 5DR. Come on a little closer here. He's a solid student who has continued to show growth in all areas. It's his work ethic and sense of pride in his work that accounts for that success. Even more impressive, this guy's got great character, and he's a wonderful classmate. Always willing to help others when needed, easygoing demeanor, and compassion towards others is easily recognized. We're very proud of you, Preston. And that's from both Mr. Dreifke and Miss Stein. Yeah, congratulations. Keep up the great work. Oh, fantastic. And who will we be celebrating next week? Let's wait and see. You know, we're also entering into our 2nd week of Oxbow Unplugged, and I hope you guys have chosen to participate. This last week, your job was to keep track of about how much time you spend on the screen. Now this week, in the 2nd week, what your job is to try to see if you can cut down that screen time, maybe by 50%. But participate, pay attention. What is it that you're doing with your time? And might you now, especially since it's so nice outside, instead of getting on and doing one more video game or watching one more episode on Netflix, maybe you're outside running around or riding your bike or getting on the scooter or whatever it is that you do. Something other than screen time that can be healthy for you, especially when we look at that in the spring. Looking at some of the announcements this week, it is Grandparents or Special Friends Lunch. I hope you get to invite somebody to join you this week. That's kind of a fun tradition, and we try to spread it out over the entire week, but it's nice to have those folks around here at our school. And with that, I know that on Thursday we're celebrating not only our 4th graders who have learned to play the recorder very well. We're looking forward to that concert, but it's also the Art of Spring that will be a little different this year. Mr. Rohde and the art teachers, Miss Wills and Miss Donette, are taking part in this art show. For our 1st and 5th graders are the ones that we're going to be showcasing their work, but there's also going to be a photo booth there, and there's going to be a button badge creator, so there are things that you're going to be able to do on that night in addition to the excellent music that we're going to hear from our 4th graders. So come on back on Thursday night. I know our safety patrol is going to the Mall of America on a field trip on Wednesday, kind of a reward trip for all the work that they've put in this year, helping make it safe outside, which I really greatly appreciate. And it's also Teacher Appreciation Week around here. On Friday, we're going to take time to celebrate our teachers before you come to school. But students, you can always thank your teachers and celebrate them during Teacher Appreciation Week. Take time to write them a note, leave them a voicemail that's positive. Do something to recognize the fact that they've done such good work with you and they care so much about all that you're doing here at school. We'll do the same on Friday morning. I believe those are the announcements for the week. Let's get to the jokes. This is from Ben in 2OB. Why did the chicken join the band? Because he already had the drumsticks. Ba-dum-bum. And Sydney's one of our 3rd graders, and she says, what did the buffalo say to his son before he left for college? Bye, son. Bye, son. I like it. Zach, 1PE. Why is baseball a Monster's favorite sport? Because they like double headers. Monsters and double headers. That sounds about right. Well, those are the announcements for the week. I guess we're all set. Let's have a great start to the month of May and responsible students. Hello, students. I'm out here wanting to do a public service announcement for your safety. With the spring and the nice weather, we have more kids riding bikes, which I love to see. Remember, there's a rule at Oxbow. Everybody who rides bikes, you have to wear a helmet to and from school. Make sure that's the case. But I've also heard that there are some kids who are taking their bikes and going across at the bus entrance there where the gate is. That's not where you can go with the bikes. That's unsafe. We don't want you heading that way at all. We don't want you crossing 109th here. The only safe way to go with bikes is to go down to the pedestrian crosswalk over there, press the button, and walk your bikes across, and then ride. The only exception would be is if you do live over there behind the playground, and then you would walk along here with your bike and then back through the path into that housing development. But I don't want anybody riding bikes where the buses come and go. And please never cross 109th other than at the crosswalk. And I'm going to bring you there now. So students, now I'm over at the pedestrian crossing, which is the only safe way for you to get across this 109th Avenue. So as kids come here, I expect that you're pushing the button, but remember, when you push the button, it's still letting cars go. It's waiting, and then I have to wait until the white, now it says I'm ready to go. But again, before I head out across, I'm looking this way to make sure that nobody's going through, and I'm looking this way. And right now I've got a car that's stopping because it looks like I'm supposed to be going through there. So students, if you're on biking or walking, you need to make sure that this is the place that you cross 109th, nowhere else. Thanks for your attention to that. And if you do see someone crossing where they're not supposed to, report it to me. I want to know who those kids are.